So you heard about the OMAD diet and you don't know where to start, you want to know the basics. Well, take it from me, someone who's done OMAD for over a year and had some great success. Let me break it all down for you. Make sure you comment below. What are your reasons for starting OMAD or considering OMAD? Is it weight loss? Are there other health benefits? Or are there things that I'm not even talking about in this basic video that are making you think about doing OMAD? So the basics of OMAD is that it's eating one meal a day. So if you like one meal in a 24-hour period, typically people approach this by having what's called an eating window and a fasting window. So fasting are the times that you're not eating, and then the eating windows are the times that you choose to eat. With OMAD, you want to make sure that you maximize the fasting window and minimize the eating window, typically to one meal. Most people approach the eating window in the evenings, but it can be completely flexible. You can choose to eat whenever you want, as long as you're only eating once in a day. Some people might refer to the eating window as a period of time. For example, I choose to think of it as I'm going to fast for 20 hours and allow myself to eat within a 4 hour eating window. This is not technically one meal, but I can restrict myself in that 4 hours to basically a meal and maybe a slight follow up to the meal, like a dessert or a snack. Some people are very strict and they'll say, no, I'm only eating once. And then as soon as I finish eating, I'm fasting again. And that's fair enough. As I said, you're only trying to eat once in 24 hours. So typically, most people find it effective to eat roughly the same time every day and keep it structured. But if that doesn't suit your lifestyle, as long as you can aim to eat once every day or once in a 24-hour period, that will also be effective. What are the benefits of OMAD? So the benefits of fasting are well documented. Obviously, by fasting and eating only once, one of the key benefits is caloric restriction. So, by only eating once in a day, you're less likely to overconsume in terms of calories than if you're eating more frequently throughout the day. And therefore, having a calorie restriction is obviously going to result in some weight loss. So, most people that do OMAD receive the benefits of calorie restriction and therefore weight loss. The other benefit of fasting is to manage both your blood sugar and therefore your insulin levels or insulin sensitivity. So, when you eat, your blood sugar naturally increases, which triggers hormones such as insulin to start moving that blood sugar around in the cells and sometimes using that blood sugar for energy in place of other things such as fat. So, when you're fasting and you're not eating, you're not increasing your blood sugar, and therefore you're managing your insulin sensitivity or the amount of insulin that your body is likely to secrete. In the absence of blood sugar and in a stable insulin environment, your body uses other hormones, such as glycogen, which will actually metabolize your fat for energy, which is great. So we're in a fat loss state. Some of the setbacks of one meal a day are that it can be challenging for people, particularly some people don't like fasting for a long period of time and will get hungry and therefore find it very difficult. Some people also have problems with fasting, such as fatigue, lack of energy. Eating makes up a big part of our social life. So when you're restricting yourself to one meal a day, that can have a negative effect on your lifestyle. But most people find they can fit fasting into their lifestyle for the longer term. So those are some of the basics of OMAD or one meal a day. If you're thinking about getting started, I have a really good beginner guide to OMAD right here. I'll link it in the corner and drop it in the description. Make sure you comment below. If you're doing OMAD today and you're fasting, how many hours is it since you last ate? I personally go 20 hours at a time. What do you guys do?